Are the 49ers really keeping Jimmy Garoppolo or simply posturing? What do you think?
They're posturing. If they wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to stay, they would have restructured his deal to save up all the money and just move him on.
Thank you. Say it again, because that's the only point that needs to be made.
If he's not restructured and you're not talking about saving the money this year and having him down the line, all you're doing is saying words. That's it. Stop arguing with me on Twitter.
He's 100% right, folks. This is the deal. If you don't understand, this is what happened. They went to the Super Bowl. They gave out extensions galore for losing the Super Bowl. It was like Oprah throwing out extensions. You get an extension, Kyle Shanahan. You get an extension, John Lynch. You get an extension, George Kittle. Jimmy Garoppolo? Ooh, nah. Sorry, you didn't do enough. You're just not that good. You didn't even lead us to the Super Bowl. What is the phrase they used? He helped us get there. He was
the quarterback of the team.
He was the quarterback of the team. So everyone got an extension except for that poor Jimmy G. And that's all you need to know. That is their statement on him. Everyone else proved something to Jed York and the front office except Jimmy G. All right, then move on.
Yeah, and I hate when people are like, oh, why are you saying, what is he supposed to say? Because, yeah, what is he supposed to say? Is he supposed to say, we're looking to move up in the draft so everybody knows? We're looking to shop him everywhere else so everybody knows. Like, come on, guys. Like, I don't understand why you guys, are not getting this part, man. I really don't. Go ahead.
Nothing. I'll just say I will watch JC
against Auburn next.
We got you. Appreciate you, man. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, they're absolutely posturing. It's like Jimmy Garoppolo has no trade value because of the 49ers, because they're so transparent, right? And they like being transparent. It's like it'll create goodwill with the media. Let's be a little more transparent than the other teams. Okay, but now everyone knows how you feel about Jimmy Garoppolo, especially how Kyle feels about Jimmy Garoppolo. So now Lynch is coming out and talking on the radio and saying, oh, yeah, he's definitely going to be our quarterback. I believe it, even though he also said stuff like, oh, yeah, like Joe Staley's coming back. And so is DeForest Buckner. He's just going out and basically trying to do what's best for the team or what's best for his resume.
Right. And John Lynch is there to handle these questions and be in front of the media and be the face, and say these things. Like, again, he's not going to give anybody any sort of plans that are going on. Whether that's true or not, we'll find out in a little while. But I don't, again, until you restructure, until you put your money where your mouth is, actions are always going to speak louder than words. Stop repeating the same quote over and over.
Right.
And do something. If Jimmy's going to be your guy and you really believe in him, restructure him then. You know why you haven't done it? Because you don't believe it.
Right. Right. End of story. So I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear any more campaigns about how much you like him. Just stop talking about him. Just stop saying it until you do something. Yeah. John Lynch, we don't believe you, man. No one believes you.
We don't.
Not even your most loyal Jimmy Garoppolo fans. They just don't.
And look, I tend to stay away from other podcasts because I want to keep my thoughts clear. And if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong on my own. I don't want to take anyone else's thoughts and have that seep into my brain, right?
Yeah.
But if you listen to other people who, not Schefter, not Rappaport, right? Because they have a brand to make sure that they keep by saying the status quo. Other guys who are pretty tapped in on other podcasts, nobody believes that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be here next year. Nobody. So that's the thing. It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else's opinion doesn't matter, but I feel like everybody knows that the 49ers are trying to move on from Garoppolo, and that's why you have to make these statements. Right. You have to say these things. You have to.
Like last year when Joe Staley was making it clear to the Niners that he was going to retire, and John Lynch was not revealing that to the media, and he even said, like, yeah, I haven't heard anything. He basically came out the next day and was like, look, guys, I'm sorry I lied to you. It's nothing personal. You know how it goes. I can't let the whole world know that we're in the market for a left tackle. I mean, I can't let everyone know. And I think that's the position the Niners in now. Like, the whole world knows they're in the market for a quarterback, that they want to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and they want to draft one in the upcoming draft. So that means people are going to gouge them in the trades when they move. If you want to get Fields, well, you're going to need more because you're desperate. And no one's going to actually offer anything from Jimmy Garoppolo because they just assume you're going to cut him anyway. So this is the stupid stuff you got to do. It's posturing and it may not work. If it does, give the dude a gold star.
Right. And here's the question, Grant. Why would someone trade for $25 million, man? I don't a guy look, and the same concerns that we have about his injuries, you don't think that everybody else noticed that? Look, he didn't just start getting hurt here. He was hurt in New England. Every other year he's hurt. You cannot put this much money and sink this much cost into the most important position on your team when the guy cannot stay on the field? I don't get it, guys. I really don't. If last year he balled out like he did in 2019, we're not having this discussion. But what happened? He got injured twice. Yeah. And again, you cannot continue to waste that money. You can't.
And that's the thing. Like, people forget that. He didn't get injured once. He got injured twice last year. It's not like he had one fluke injury in 2020, 2018. No. He got hurt. He's been hurt 4 times as a starter. The shoulder, the knee, the ankle twice. He's only played 30 games. I'm sorry, man. Brett Favre never missed a game. Phillip Rivers never missed a game.
Russell Wilson's never missed a game.
Yeah, if you're the quarterback who plays half the games, you're just not a starting quarterback. You're the next backup.
Russ has been sacked more than anybody in the world, and he continues to play. I mean,
he's
I don't
played
know.
on high ankle sprains. I know they're not all the same and stuff, but he's played on high ankle sprains.
The dude got hit with a concussion, jumped into the blue tent, jumped right back out because he said he drank some Jesus water. Like, I don't even know. Like, that's absolutely true too. Actually, Grant, that's
amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
It is.
I've never tried Jesus water.
Inspirational. It's better than Michael's. It's better than Michael's space stuff from Space Jam or whatever.
Is it better than Fiji water? Because Fiji water is really good.
Fiji water is really good because it's super expensive. It really is, man.
That's all the reason I get it. I was watching that show Behind Hip Hop or whatever that show is on FX, the new show that's supposed to be
on Hulu. I've been watching it.
Yeah, so it's mostly about like the gangsters behind hip hop, and this one guy, Big U or whatever. The funniest part, he goes back to his house in South Central or whatever, and he's holding a bottle of Perrier. I was like, man, that's the most gangster thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna start walking around with Perrier because that's just the most expensive water you could have.
That's a flex.
What a flex. Like, oh yeah, man, I only drink Perrier, baby.
If I see you walking around with Perrier, I think we'll get it on you.
I might just hit you with this bottle, or I might just sip some delicious water that's fizzy. I don't know. I haven't made up my freaking mind yet. Dana Harvey says, middle late round quarterback option. Your thoughts on Ritter? He didn't declare.
No, Ritter's
middle late round quarterback option that I like is Jamie Newman. I watched him yesterday, not as a quarterback, but as a Taysom Hill Wildcat option, like offensive weapon. That dude really is a hell of a runner. I think he could be a guy that like plays a bunch of different positions and throws down. He's a one read guy.
Well, yeah, so I mean, you cut off a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm saying I like Jamie Newman as a Taysom Hill type late on day 3. Anyone that you know on? I mean, day 3 type.
Yeah, I mean, he's very, very much a project. You know, sixth round, 7th round, you don't feel bad about it because those guys rarely hit anyway, right? So I don't mind that idea. You know, I'm coming around to that idea more. That's not the preferred plan, but you know. I see what you're saying.
I'm just thinking a creative coach like Kyle Shanahan, who has a run first offense anyway. He could use the Taysom Hill type. And I know that Sean Payton and Kyle Shanahan steal from each other all the time because they're two of the best and they respect each other and they both have kind of an under center 2-back offense. If it works for Sean Payton, it could work for Kyle. I just don't know if Jamie Newman has. The thing about Taysom Hill is people don't realize how athletic he is. He ran 4.45. It's like, I don't know if Jamie Newman's going to do that. But if he does, I'd be interested.
See, in Mobile, Jamie Newman would make a throw where you were just like, holy. And then the next throw, you'd go, good God, what was that? Like, it's the extreme. It's like great, and then it's just awful. Like, there's no in between from what I saw in Mobile.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. But I think if you were to go with like a quarterback by committee, a platoon, where you had a dude like, you know, Josh Rosen, a pocket quarterback who's cheap and can't move, and you wanted to bring like what New Orleans does basically with Winston and Taysom Hill. He might be someone you could use 10 snaps a game on quarterback draws in the red zone, stuff like that. But that's basically how I would do it.
Even Harbaugh used Cap like that a little bit too when he was first there, you know. But the thing is that I think we both agree that Cap is better than Newman,
absolutely. Right? Cap is a second round pick. No. Yeah, Newman would be at best Taysom Hill, and he might not even be that because no one has been Taysom Hill yet.
Look at us agreeing. Look at us agreeing on quarterbacks. What's going on here?
Frederick Peterson says trade for Fitz. You can sign Fitz.
You can sign Fitz. That's the best part.
And draft a quarterback in the top 3 rounds. Let them fight it out. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do, but that's not what they're going to do. That's exactly what I would do.
But and think about it. The money that's saved. You can bring back Verrett. You can bring in people. You know, I wrote an article, you know, on 49ers Gold Mine about you know, why they should try to kick the tires on AJ Boye and see what you can get for him, because he's, you know, coming off of a year where he had a 6-game suspension. He had two injuries last year. You know, he's only 29, right? And no one's advocating for AJ Boye to be what he was in Jacksonville, but you might be able to get him for nothing, right? But those deals go out of the window when you don't have money to maneuver at all, right? Like you and Trent Williams isn't going to take a backloaded deal. Trent wants to get paid now. Why should he, right? And this is the issue with the thought process on Trent and why everything got all crazy. You send a 3 for Trent. You take out the franchise tag language in his contract because you're just like, oh, he's going to come back to be on a discount. And then what happens? Now you're caught under this cap crunch. And if Trent Williams hits free agency, the bag's going to get thrown to him. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
I think it's already over. He's going to hit free agency and he's going to go to the highest bidder. I mean, unless the Niners can get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and free up some cash, I think they're going to say, you know what? He was a rental. We gave up a third. They gave up a third for Emmanuel Sanders. There's precedent. There's definitely
they can't comp anything back though for Trent because he's I think he's over that 10-year mark, the 10-year accrued mark. Yeah, so they get nothing back when Trent leaves. That is awful.
That's not good. That's not good because with Sanders you get the third round comp pick back and it's almost a wash, right? Yeah. Here's the thing. The reason I prefer the Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, Ryan Fitzpatrick to any other thing. I mean, to me, Jimmy Garoppolo, 29-year-old quarterback, still needs development. 30 starts, doesn't read the field, turns the ball over. He still needs development. Any quarterback you draft is going to need development. Ryan Fitzpatrick needs no development. Neither does Andy Dalton, Cam Newton. They're exactly who they are, and they're cheaper than any quarterback you take in round 1. To me, that's the ultimate in 2021 in this cap crunch year. A guy who is ready to go, who's a backup, but has a ton of experience and is cheaper than the rookies. I think you can go somewhere with that just because other teams are going to be spending too much money on quarterbacks who either aren't ready to go or just too expensive.
Yeah, and let's just be clear. We wouldn't be trying to crunch these numbers and get under if COVID hadn't ravaged this country. You know, like that's the whole thing. It's not. Yeah. It's not even like, you know. I love
changed the playing field.
Right. I love when people talk to me about, oh, you switched up so quickly. Well, circumstances change. Are you trying to build a winning roster, or are you trying to be beholden to one guy and kick away valuable assets? That's the part that makes me want to rip my hair out about this thought process.
And when they ask John Lynch about like, well, are you going to extend Jimmy Garoppolo's contract? He'll say, nah, we don't have to do that. And we'll be like, well, you're low on cap space. He'll be like, no, we're not. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to lose Trent Williams and Jason Verrett because of Jimmy Garoppolo. And he'll be like, that's fine. That was the plan. What are you talking about? I mean, Niner fans are not that stupid. I'm sorry. No, they know what's going on.
No,
because of us. Let's talk
about that. I would say that they're one of the most informed fan bases. I learned a lot from a lot of the people, the ones that don't yell at me on Twitter.